Okay, back again. Week 6, I believe, against Midmol, leader of the Kentish Kingdom Draws. Yeah, last week was a bit unfortunate, shall we say. Was the latest victim of this menace that is Skeledirge. I did not see fighting coming. There was no way I could have seen fighting as a Terra type of Skeledirge coming. Even if I had predicted like a proper type for it to terrestrialize into, it would not have been fighting. It was just unfortunate, like, oh my lord. In the meantime, the Draft League has been renamed again. Like, Awesome Draft League was always a bit of a temporary thing. Now it's called the Tailwind Draft League due to the abundance of Tailwind people, like people that use Tailwind in the draft for some reason. I'm not going to rename the videos again until that is actually the official name. We're gonna stick with it because this is getting tiresome. In any case, Midmol is the opponent this week, actually today. We are scheduled to play in half an hour. Midmol has a Dragonite, Volcarona, Tinkaton, we actually do it like this, Pelipper, Rain Dance Setter, sure we would say more, Dragonite, of course, Terra normal with extreme speed these days, really dangerous that way, probably one of the best E-killers. Volcarona has managed to remain relevant throughout its entire existence in competitive Pokemon, since Generation 5. It is one of the best head-up sweepers in the game. Tinkaton, probably my second favorite Generation 9 Pokemon. Gigaton Hammer is a baller move, and a lot of the things I have done is in preparation for it, even though it can't be twice in a row. Pelipper sets up Rain, chills, doesn't have defog anymore. Bramblegast, interesting new Pokemon. I'm not usually that much of a fan of it. I still think Wind Rider should make it immune to defog. That would be really cool, would make it a budget Goldango. So instead it would be immune to both of them, while also still being able to be statused and taunted and phased and anything. Floatzel, really dangerous Swift Swim Sweeper. Midmol does have Rain of Pelipper, Wave Crash does ludicrous damage on this thing. Magnezone, the ever-present non-present in the competitive Pokemon. Magnezone is always only as good as the Steel type Pokemon it can trap, and Goldango can pretty easily kill it, unfortunately. So, Weavile is getting some tools back. Famously lost a lot of its best moves, like knockoff, Icicle Crash, Ice Spinner. Actually, did it lose Icicle Crash? It didn't. But now it got them back with, well, at least Ice Spinner. It got Ice Spinner back, which is something, I suppose. It's still missing knockoff. It's still missing knockoff, but Midmol is allowed to use like the rebuffed Weavile, which I'm the first opponent that has to go up against it. Bit unfortunate, but Weavile still has the same issues as it always did. Crocodile, I'm not entirely sure what Crocodile's shtick exactly is. I mean, I know it's Intimidate. Intimidate is always a great ability. Moxie is really dangerous once it gets out of hand. It has Stealth Rocks. Yeah, it still has them. Taunt, so it can like play a really vicious Stall Breaker, which I don't have to be worried about because I am not playing Stall. Yeah, Medicham, Pure Power, High Attack, like serious priority moves, and Beartic, which still has Swift Swim, so it actually technically is a Rain Dance, a Rain Pokemon. Magnezone could be considered a Rain Pokemon. Tinkaton definitely appreciates the lack of weakness to fire. Volcarona could even make use of Rain with Hurricane. Have Hurricane be perfectly accurate. So yeah, almost like a half a Rain team, although Midmol never really has made much use of that being a thing. Anyway, this is what I've come up with. This is what I'm planning to play. Low kicks is here. Not banded for once. I'm playing the sword stance set with Lumberry. Lumberry because Bramblegast can learn Will-O-Wisp. But probably much more likely, Volcarona could have Flame Body, which most likely they're gonna have Flame Body. I don't want to run that risk. The thing with low kicks and me choosing to go against Choice Band is that not a lot of things on Midmol's team take a lot of damage from Choice Band First Impression, or Sucker Punch for that matter. He has really like good counters to low kicks in that regard. So I went with something more substantial, something that can keep the damage up longer, which is Sword Stance. Leech Life, I can stay alive longer, especially behind screens. Sucker Punch because priority is still very good, and Axe Kick for coverage. So yeah. Garganical. Say hello. Grimmsnarl. Yeah. I keep saying it, I just have to say it again, these two, Grimmsnarl and Garganical, are just themselves. Midmol's team did not necessitate any special gimmicks for either of them, so they're just in their peak form. Autumn Heat. Overheat, Volt Switch, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt. Back to the special sweeper set, though with bulk instead of speed. It has the Pasho Berry to get the guaranteed kill on Pelipper. That was it, yeah, exactly, Pelipper. I can survive a hit from Pelipper and then KO with Thunderbolt. Same with Floatzel. That is because, well, Floatzel outside of Sun actually. Floatzel with Sun Wave Crash is still gonna kill if I recall correctly. I'll have to look it up between now and the battle. It's bulky. It actually also has 0 speed IVs. It's the only one with that feature. Actually, I could probably... yeah, sure, I could do that too. Okay. Personal Garganical also has 0 now. Why that is, I will show in a second. Haxorus. Pretty standard Dragon Dance set. Speed is calc to outspeed Dragonite after one Dragon Dance. I believe that was the one I was outspeeding. I built this scene a while ago. Was that that or Weavile? I think I also wanted to outspeed Weavile. 383. After one Dragon Dance, I'll be at... .384. So yeah, I think that does outspeed Weavile. Yeah, it does outspeed Weavile by 1 point. That was the thing. That does outspeed Max Weavile, Max speed Weavile after one Dragon Dance, which is important because Weavile would otherwise be very dangerous to it. In case I can't do that, it is Terra Steel. Generally just a really good typing. It counters a lot of Midmol's team. I don't need a Steel Stab. None of his Pokemon are all that weak to Steel. I don't also have a weakness to one of these fantastic moves, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Dragonclaw. Dragonclaw, I guess, like nothing has a weakness to it besides Dragonite, but I really do need it for Dragonite. Dragonite, I really want to kill in one hit, if possible. Even Orca Berry is here to prevent Volcarona from potentially revenge killing it, if it's Scarf or something. So I believe Scarf Volcarona is faster, or if I have to. It's just insurance, you know, insurance policy. I don't need a damage increasing attack. Lumberry is probably unnecessary because Mold Breaker bypasses Flame Body, and I will absolutely outspeed, outpace Bramblegast and Dragonclaw one-shots, if I recall correctly. And finally, Indeedee finally is back. Actually, is Indeedee back? I think it's Indeedee's first appearance. Yeah, I cut Indeedee for my first team against Coling. Coling originally had Indeedee on the team, but I replaced it with Serena. Psychic Search. Psychic Terrain against Midmol is going to be very useful. It blocks Tickaton's Fake Out, it blocks Dragon Knight's Extreme Speed, it blocks Viva's Ice Shard. A lot of gnarly stuff that it blocks. Myself, the only two things I can't use while under Psychic Terrain is Low Kick's Sucker Punch and Grimsnar's Parting Shot. I can still use Reflecting Light Screen. Also part of the reason why Low Kick's only wants 1 priority instead of 2, like first impression, like that's not here. The reason why Garganical and Rotom Heat are negative, they have minimum speed possible. I actually don't have minimum speed possible, what am I talking about? I should probably... Whoopsie. Good thing I pay attention to that. So yeah, it does also have... Oh wait, yeah, no, fuck, what am I talking about? Psychic Terrain is not the reason why Garganical and Rotom Heat use minimum speed. That's Trick Room here on this Indeedee. I don't know whether or not Trick Room will actually come in use. It is mainly here because Midmol really likes Tailwind. And it's a lot like Haxorus and Low Kicks really need to outspeed their opponents to be strong. Like they expect to outspeed and go on a rampage, and I want to make sure that doesn't get messed up by Tailwind. So that's why Indeedee here is the Trick Room. Preferably, I'm not gonna have need to use it, but the option is there. Healing Wish to make it easier to swap out of an active sweep. Like if they're already chipped from sweeping and need to go switch out. For me to put up Trick Room, I can Healing Wish out and heal them back up. And Slash Hawk and Dazzling Gleam for stabs. No, not stab, Dazzling Gleam doesn't get stabbed, but it's coverage. For Weavile and Krookodile. And Dragonite, I suppose. So yeah, a bit of a less offensively oriented team, I suppose, with like 2 support mons in Grimmsnarl and Indeedee. I honestly didn't need a 6th not offensive Pokemon. None of the others would have really done all that well. Gallade, like Woodmother assists all of Gallade's good moves. But like something Midmol can always switch in to stop it. Serena doesn't do well. Volcarona just by itself is already an issue. Not even to speak of Weavile or Brambleghast that hard walls Serena. Farigiraf doesn't do fantastically either. Once again, Volcarona in general is like main reason why most of these are not coming with. So yeah, it's really not that difficult to explain this. I'm gonna look up how a Rotom Heat can still survive Float Source Wave Crash on the rain or without rain with the Pasture Berry and Max Bulk. And with that, I'm gonna sign out again, and we'll see each other in the battle. Bye bye and stay hydrated.